Alright guys, welcome to another video. This is something I've been thinking about for a couple years now. I'm really excited to actually have the project finally in motion, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what I'm doing here. So if you've ever heard the saying, beware the man with one rifle, because he probably knows how to use it, that's something that's kind of been ringing true to me as I've been shooting some different disciplines, from hunting to long range matches. I had a Ruger 30-06 that I have shot for years and years and years hunting. I built up that 260 Remington match rifle that you guys have probably seen in a bunch of videos if you've watched mine before. I've got the Ruger precision rifle that I've shot. Just been building it up for matches, either for myself to use or when somebody's with me, like my brother or my son. And I've been really enjoying shooting those different rifles, and especially when I've been going hunting, I find myself in kind of a sticky situation every time I go. That 30-06 Ruger that I have, I've never really been real happy with the way it shoots. On the best day, I've maybe gotten about an 1.5 group for 5 shots. On the average day, I'm probably closer to 2.5 to 3.5 inches. And that is, I've tried probably a dozen different bullets. I've tried different powders. I've tried scrubbing the bore clean. I've tried shooting it fouled. I've tried neck sizing, full length sizing. I've tried different primers. No matter what I do, it never really seems to get better than about that 1.5 inches. And even the groups that I've gotten that will shoot 1.5 inches, on some days I'm still shooting 2.5 inches with them. With that rifle, I've also tried bedding it. I've added an aftermarket trigger to get the trigger weight down a little bit, and even then I'm still running into issues of just not shooting that great. And for a long time I just assumed it was me, which I'm sure some of it still could be me. With a lightweight rifle and with a 30-06 recoil in the lightweight rifle, when I was younger I just assumed that I was flinching and I was not able to shoot it well. I'm at a point where I still think, could I be flinching a little bit when I shoot that gun? Sure. But I'm starting to shoot that 260 in a heavy Remington action and a 6.5 Creedmoor out of a Ruger Precision, and I'm shooting much smaller groups consistently in those, to where 1.5 inches is a big group. Now those are heavier guns, they're off of bipods, they're off of heavier magnified scopes, but I've just never been real confident and comfortable with the accuracy of my 30-06. Now I've killed a couple elk, a couple deer with it. For, hunting accuracy, 100, 150 yards, yeah, I'm pretty confident I will do what I need to be able to do. But as I get out to 200 plus yards, 300, even if I feel comfortable shooting that with one of my other rifles, I'm definitely not comfortable with it in the 30-06. So that has led me to really think about what guns I want to shoot whenever I go out to hunt. If I'm hunting elk and I'm backpack hunting or going to cover a lot of ground, I end up taking that 30-06 for the energy and for the lightweight. But if I'm doing something shorter, like I'll get a late season deer tag that's a lot closer to where I live, and it's a much longer season, so I'll go out for just a few hours or a day, and I won't usually put as many miles on throughout the day. Then I find myself maybe looking for a 6.8 AR, or sometimes the 30-06, or sometimes the Ruger Precision, depending on how much weight I feel like carrying. And since I want something for a little longer range, I've been taking the 260 or the 6.5 Creedmoor, but I know that I'm going to be in the truck for a lot of the time until we've driven around, spotted the antelope, identified a way to approach, and then we're getting out of the truck and going maybe anywhere from 100 yards to a quarter mile of actual walking or hiking to get to where we think we can take a shot. Another thing that I've been wanting to do is hunt suppressed, and with the 260 or the Ruger Precision, not only are those heavy guns to begin with, but then you throw a suppressor on and they're even heavier. The 30-06 that I'm shooting has such a thin barrel that I can't really get it threaded in order to mount the suppressor. And a lot of the factory options that come lightweight as a hunting gun, they may be plenty accurate for what I would need them for, but again, they have real lightweight pencil barrels, and I want to be able to mount a suppressor. While some of those you can, I'm not real excited about hanging the suppressor off of a pencil type barrel. So I've started looking into options that would let me have a lighter weight rifle and still mount a suppressor onto it and not have too much deflection or point of impact change. But with a carbon fiber barrel, it's more of a bull style barrel. It's going to be a little stiffer, maybe not as much so as a steel barrel of the same diameter, but when it comes to mounting a suppressor, I'm going to have a stiffer barrel with that carbon fiber than I would with a pencil barrel. So I've really been looking a lot at the Christensen Arms rifles. I've looked at a couple others, but for the price, the Christensen Arms rifles seem to offer a lot of features, carbon fiber barrel, good accuracy, good factory guarantee, 1 MOA or better from factory ammo, and they have a lifetime warranty on them. I've looked at a couple of their versions. They've got the Ridgeline, which has a real traditional style stock, which if you're only hunting, that would probably be fine. I like a little bit more of a wider forend, and I like a little bit of a more adjustable buttstock. So when they came out with the Modern Precision rifle a little while ago, I was really liking the style of it, because with the Ruger Precision that I'm shooting, familiarity with the AR platform, and then now the Accuracy International chassis that's on my 260, I really like that chassis style. It guarantees a free float barrel, allows you to mount a rail and accessories using M-LOK, so your sling attachments, your bipod attachments, a tripod attachment if you'd like to, all mounted with a pretty standard M-LOK. It gives you an adjustable buttstock, adjustable for length of pull and your cone. It lets you put on an AR style grip, so some different styles. It comes with a MO. It has a folding stock, which I don't necessarily consider for me to be a deal breaker, but it is nice in theory. We'll see how I like it, but I like the idea for when I'm backpacking out to a site. I can remove the suppressor, I can fold in the stock, and I can have a much shorter package to strap to the side of a pack while I'm hiking several miles into a site. Once I get there, I can extend the stock, I can attach the suppressor, and from there I have still a relatively lightweight package. It's going to be a longer package, but it's ready to go. As you see it here, this is the MPR rifle with a Vortex PST-2 Viper. This is the 3 to 15 power scope. It is a little bit lighter weight than their 5 to 25, and the PST-2s are considerably lighter weight than the Razor HD2s. Those are great scopes, but they're heavier than what I wanted for this build. The PST-2 from Vortex still has really good repeatable adjustments. The glass is high quality glass, maybe not the same as their HD glass, but it's going to be plenty good and quite a bit better than what's on my 30-06. The 3 to 15 zoom range is going to be ideal, in my opinion, for the way I hunt. I want to be able to take a little bit longer shots, but they're not going to be really far, and I hunt a lot around and in timber, so I like the idea of being able to go all the way down to 3 when I don't need as much of zoom. This rifle is the 6.5 Creedmoor, which, as long as you're limiting to reasonable distances, in my mind it is adequate for elk. I know I may get some argument or pushback. Some people agree with me, and then some think you're going to need quite a bit more for elk. Another thing I wanted this style rifle for is the ability to potentially do long-range matches with it. A lot of the matches that I shoot have 10-round strings of fire, and real high round counts and a carbon fiber barrel are not necessarily good. Not because the carbon fiber can't handle the hotter temperatures or there's going to be a problem with it, but just the fact that they're a lot more expensive to replace. So this isn't going to necessarily replace the Ruger Precision or my 260 as my full-time match rifles. I'm not always going to shoot it, but there are a couple matches I do occasionally, like the sporting rifle match in Raton, that is 6-round strings of fire. It's spread out over about a 1.5 to 2 mile course, depending on which way you go in the morning and the afternoon. You know, you're going to walk 1.5 to 2 miles throughout the course of that course, over the course of a day. You're carrying with you everything that you want to shoot with. Also, that course of fire is set up more of a hunting style. Even though the targets go out pretty significant distances, most of your shooting positions are natural terrain. You're mostly prone. So I think for that style match, this is going to be a good fit. I am shooting the Vortex Extreme in August. That's a 9-mile race style shooting match. There are, I believe, 10 shooting stations spread out over that 9 miles, and you're racing for time, trying to get good hits and a good time. So that was kind of my push to get this rifle purchased, sighted in, loads worked up, and the scope sighted in to get it ready in time for the Vortex Extreme match, but then have it ready and continue to use it throughout the hunting seasons this year. So in the current configuration with the Atlas bipod, the Vortex PST2, and Vortex Precision rings, no magazine, this gun comes in at about 10 pounds, I believe it's 12 ounces. With the Atlas bipod removed, which is how they'll measure it for the Vortex Extreme, the rifle, scope, and rings comes in at 9 pounds and about 15 ounces, plus or minus about a ½ ounce if I remember right. So as it's set up, the way that I'm told that they're going to measure it for the Vortex Extreme, this will qualify for their Hunter class, which is the lighter weight class, which is ideal. I didn't necessarily want to have to shoot it in an open class with guys carrying 15-pound guns, and at the same time, I didn't want to have to carry a 15-pound gun if I didn't have to. Another big thing that I wanted with this one rifle build is that 30-06, the way the stock's designed, it's the old boat paddle style stock. I just didn't enjoy shooting it that much. And I don't just mean I got beat up from recoil, I just mean it didn't excite me to get it out and shooting it. Whereas the 260 and the Ruger Precision, I really enjoy getting them out and shooting them as much as I can. So that's another thing that I wanted with this build, is I wanted a rifle that was accurate, that I used for hunting, and that I just wanted to shoot whenever I had a chance to shoot it at long range, or to maybe do drills at 100 yards. I wanted a rifle that I wanted to shoot, because the idea is I don't just want something that I can dial dope cards, get a good accurate load, and then never shoot it except for hunting season. I want something that I'm going to be shooting on and off all year round, so that as I do go out and I shoot it in matches or I shoot it hunting, I'm really familiar with the rifle. I'm really familiar with shooting it in different positions, different conditions, and different altitudes, hot, cold. I just want to be comfortable shooting this rifle in all sorts of conditions. So I wanted a build that I was excited about, that actually made me want to shoot it, make me feel like, oh man, I'm going to the range, I gotta take this rifle, I gotta put some rounds through it. Because ultimately I think that'll make me a better shooter, it'll make me more confident with the rifle, which will come out to more confident in matches, and most importantly, it'll come out to confidence and good clean kills when I take it hunting. Alright guys, let me know what thoughts you have on the Christensen Arms Modern Precision rifle. Obviously I'm new to it, but I'll keep you guys updated. I can do a Q&A if I get a lot of questions to just answer my thoughts on it. Enjoying the rifle. It definitely looks like it's going to be giving me some great accuracy as I finish working up some loads. And I'm really excited to take it out to longer ranges, to matches, and then to take it hunting this fall. Alright guys, once again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video.